Welcome to Jimosi podcast. So this week, President Kiir is back from UAE
United Arab Emirates.
After his 10 days visit to that country.
Okay.
So my question to you is, do you think President Kiir went to UAE for the bilateral talks?
I'm not sure. Why? Is it because of taking 10 days?
Yeah, so to me, I would say it was not a bilateral visit because one, there were no photos of him with his counterpart from the UAE when he arrived there.
Okay.
And then number two, most of the bilateral visits do not take over 3 days.
That's true.
It's always like you go 2 days maximum, 3 days max, and then you are back to your country. So there's number two. It took over 9 days. That's 10 days.
More than a week.
More than a week. And like I mentioned earlier, no photos from his counterpart.
Yeah, I just checked the office of the president and they usually update us.
Yeah, and then number three is that since he came back, they have not updated us of the real talk that they went to do. Like they were talking of investment or economic something talks and the bilateral. So if he came back with some goodies, they would have updated that because of the bilateral visit that he did to the UAE. UAE has promised that they're going to do this for South Sudan, or South Sudan is going to collaborate with them in doing this, either be it in oil sector, because UAE are well known for the oil in the country. So either we're going to have some investment there, either refineries or whatever the thing is, or the sale of it, or the government of UAE for their foreign policies. Maybe they have promised us some donation here and there. Like sometimes they will say we are donating for you, like renovation of a hospital, or we're going to build for you a specific unit within our hospital, or we're going to do like 10 police station for you as a way of like foreign relation between the two countries.
Yeah.
So for those three reasons, I don't see any bilateral visit there.
Yes, I agree with you actually, because I think he left on 22nd of June. And according to the office of the president, Republic of South Sudan, whatever they posted then said that the president was traveling to UAE for a diplomatic visit, as well as to pursue investment opportunities for South Sudan. And then in the message, they said he was going to hold a series of top-level meetings with the Emirati business leaders and government authorities, underscoring South Sudan's renewed focus on regional peace and economic growth. And he was going to meet with a number of investment groups where he will present a compelling case for investment in South Sudan's key growth sectors. So these things, they are things that would need some sort of evidence, because you will have to take some photos with a few individuals here and there. And then immediately after getting back, he's supposed to kind of hold maybe a press briefing
and give us some updates.
Like a summary of what they discussed and how everything went. Or even during the time when he was still in UAE, they could have posted some pictures
of him being received.
The progress, yes.
Or him being received. Because he's a president is coming most of the time.
Yeah.
They are welcome at the airport by the hosting
country's leadership, like the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or
even their leader.
President. Yeah. And then he also they did not post any update. They just said the president is back from his visit and was received by Benjamin Bol Mel, who's the vice president who was acting as the president at the time. Like, if you don't understand what we are saying here, you can check the previous video where we talked of the reasons why Kiir went to UAE. Because you're going to get like more analysis on what we discussed. Yeah.
And some of our speculation.
Yes.
And number two, based on some of the things that you just read out there,
Yeah.
if you're going to hold a series of investment opportunity stock, then you don't go solo. You
I wanted to say that.
Yes, so you go with a group of individual within your cabinets, especially those that their cabinets are going to be affected,
The ministry.
or they are going to be affected. You that are going to be really affected by the investment opportunities that you're going to look out for
Yes.
to go with you, because these are the people
who are the experts in those fields.
And they're the one that will lay out what is needed. When you are a president, you like a supervisor. Most of the time, you don't really know what goes on in each ministry.
Yes.
And the fact that he went alone, you can make your conclusion, guys.
You went for medication.
Yes.
Out of blood work. Because you cannot get like a proper treatment in 10 days. So maybe you're just going for some checkup or stuff.
Okay, and now that we have ruled out the bilateral visit, the only reason left a medical reason, right?
Yes.
So to you, it's clearly medical reason, right?
Most likely.
Do you have anything to support it?
I don't. I saw people saying when he left, he was not walking like, but when he came back, he's more upright and all that.
Yes.
I saw that and it seems really funny.
I really wanted to say that too, because like when he came back, he was more happy. He was even greeting his comrades, and he was like greeting each of them and then talking to them. He greeted Bol Mel, and then they were saying something, and then he moved on to all other
Kuol
people.
Manyang, and, I saw them there. And then some women.
Yeah, he shared a little bit of laughter here and there, right?
Yeah.
So he came back in good shape.
Vacation.
Yeah, vacation also is a good thing, because you can't just be staying in the whole country the entire time. And considering that he has been the president of South Sudan since 2005 for over close to 20 years. So he had not had that opportunity of exploring the world
and enjoying himself. Yeah.
He has to live a life. This thing of we monitoring him should stop.
Monitoring spirits. Last time you also mentioned the case with Qatar
National Bank loan.
Yes. Do you think that could possibly be one of the reasons why? Like, do you still believe it's part of some of the things he went to address, but because it's something that's still in court, they can't provide any overview of what's happening?
Yeah, it can be one of the reasons, but at this point, I'm not going to stick with that reasoning again, because I feel like the fact that it didn't go with other people from the Ministry of Finance or something, the people that know terms. If you are going to negotiate the terms of the loan arrangement or what is going to be done, then you need these people with you. Take, for example, if you are going to talk about interest rates, then you need people that know a better interest rate based on the country economy, and then the duration of paying the loan, and if things are tight right now, when do the Ministry of Finance really think they can actually resume that payment and that kind of things?
The loan.
So for that reason, no, I would say nah.
He went for doctor's appointment.
Yes, but again, this thing is going to be complicated, right? Because when we look at the medical appointment, then it only went for 10 days. If you was sick, then within 10 days, you don't fully recover to the point that you come back really excited and think that,
Changing weather, my friend.
How do you change weather from Juba to Dubai? From Juba to Dubai, the same temperature, right?
You're breathing a different kind of oxygen.
No, they're the same. Dubai, sometimes people even say it's extremely hot compared to Juba, but all their temperatures are always over 30.
But they control it. It's not like you're walking outside in the sun. You can be indoors, kuna AC.
So you want to tell me at J1 they don't have the right ACs that will make the place. They have a backup generator. That's my thinking.
Kama generator ikifail or mafuta imeisha.
Then they use Jetco. What were they using before Jetco was established?
Wanatumia lamba.
But the other thing that I was looking at, do you think, because in the around day number 8, day number 9, people were saying that Kiir is not coming back. That's how he has just left the country. Do you think it will be a peaceful way of handing over the power to the next person? Let's say in this case, Bol Mel, that president saying, I'm going for a bilateral visit, never to return. And then the acting president just take over forever. And then they say, after 6 months, we're going to hold election.
But like, if you're the acting president, I don't think you can make that decision of calling for elections and stuff when you're just acting. And it's not like the other president is dead or anything. So I don't think it would be like the most peaceful way of transitioning
the power. Well, for me, I will think that way because you see, when he left, there were not a lot of tension in the country. But every time that he's in the country and people start suspecting something has happened to him, there's always a lot of tension. But when he leave the country and leave somebody in charge of it, there was not a lot of tension. And if he's going to do that, then if I were him and I wanted to give over power peacefully, then I will just go like for bilateral visit, and then I stay there. I overstay there, let's say after 3 months. And then I just made a video and say, for unknown reasons, I will not be coming back to the country. And you know what would have happened by then? The political tension would have come down. Because if you have already stayed for over 3 months, people have been anxious and still they're over with that anxiousness, right? Yes. So people will say, okay. And then the acting president by then, because what will happen most of the time, if he's going to do that decision, he would have informed most of his ruling party of the plan. So they will not be in any hurry. So when he deliver that message or do that briefing, then now the acting president can say, in the next 90 days, we're going to hold the election.
Na message ikilikiwa, because unajua when people started speculating after like staying there for over 1 week, they said this is going to be the first year where President Kiir will be outside the country during the 9th of July celebration, independence. And then some people with inside information started saying, no, he's coming back tomorrow.
And he actually came.
Those are like regular people. How did you even get this information? And it's not like something that was tangazwa kwa SSBC.
So you are worried if that information leaks.
Pass out,
So, well, in that reason, if I'm Salva Kiir, then if the information leak, then I come back to my position and say, you people don't know how to keep secret. Now let me rule until my death.
Okay. Hiyo ilikuwa ni kuhepa juu ya corruption, because why would you leave the country while you are the president and then you let them sort themselves out?
No, the way that the country right now, the peaceful way to pass over the power is to do it the way that I proposed earlier. Because if we say today I'm resigning, then everybody, look right now, there are 4 vice presidents. Each of them think that they can be the president.
He can make a good president.
Yes. So there will be that fight among the vice presidents that, oh, it is my time. Oh, it is my time. Why
also,
you?
Even in the military too, like those top military personnel. And I think they can just take over the power through coup.
And then also, if you have looked through the the social media, there's a lot of fight against Bol Mel. I don't know why. So
Ni venye amekuja mbio sana.
yes, so if President Kiir was
people.
So if President Kiir was to step down and give it to Bol Mel, that will even add more fire to the already. Yeah.
It would not be fair though. Like the most sensible thing to do at this point would be call for an election, and then instead of Kiir himself vying for elections, like for becoming a presidential candidate, he can just let Bol Mel take over.
To be the candidate for the SPLM.
And then those other people can sort themselves out. Whoever wants to buy, alafu you do elections. Whoever wins, wins. Either they are rigging or not, at least utaonyesha there was some sort of democracy. But he handing it over to nini, kwani ni wife inheritance. Like, ni familia yako tu ndio unatoa from one household to the next. Yeah, it would not...
It will not be good.
Yeah.
But they always have that an excuse of saying, we don't have the budget to hold the election. And that's what they have been singing all along.
No.
So with every financial crisis, they are always crying for that reason.
No,
so,
if they at all want the elections to be held, it can be held.
Election do not need money.
Yes, we don't have the funds for this and this. You have funds for MPs to be paid all that money. For medical coverage, buying all those V8s. Hadi mtu moja anakuwa na up to 5 V8s when you can only ride one at a time. Then you have resources.
Yeah.
It's an issue of prioritization.
Yeah. And did you also see that there was a photo of Bol Mel a day before before President came back? There was a photo of Bol Mel either in his office or I think he posted something like that.
In
that
the
it
president's office?
Not in the president's office, but in the vice president's office, where he met with Kuol Manyang and other people, and they were talking of implementing a peace agreement. Did you see that? If you go to Bol Mel,
I saw that.
If you go to Bol Mel page, you might be able to see that. So there was that story. And then he came back the following day, was like, no, young man, you can't do that. Because the thing is, Bol Mel was not one of the parties or one of the main people that were negotiating the 2018 peace agreement. So he has no way of implementing it. Number two, Riek Machar is under house arrest. So who are you implementing it with? Is it with Par Kuol or what's the name of that Par?
It was Stephen Par. Ni Par ama Far? Naonanga ni Par PH and then kuna AR.
Well, whatever.
Ni Par Kuol, I think.
Yeah. Are you going to implement peace with him?
Well, if you are the acting president, then you are performing all the presidential duties, right? From where the president left, hadi where he will come and pick up from. And also, if Stephen is now the acting chairman of SPLM-IO, then you are working together with him to perform the duties that you are supposed to.
So our country can't just get stuck because President Kiir is missing and Riek Machar is under house arrest.
Yes. They
no.
say life is for the living, and also country continuation will continue at a president akikufa.
Yes.
Dr. John Garang died in 2005, and we still have South Sudan.
But the thing is, if the main people that were fighting was Kiir and Riek, if they are all not there, then there's no even peace deal to implement. The country can just even throw away that peace agreement and say, let's move on.
No, but under the peace deal, it's not just like saying we want peace and all that. There are some items that need to be implemented, like unification of the soldiers. So just because Kiir has gone for a visit or for bilateral relations, those things, the items cannot be addressed. If there's something that was scheduled to be done on that day, then they proceed with it. And then by the time he comes back, you brief him of what you did and what stage of implementation you are at. It's not everything that needs the president for firing people and appointing new. cabinet.
Yes,
and
those
stuff.
are his
Those
powers.
ones can wait for him. But these other things, like smooth running of the ministries and oversight,
Yeah.
they have to be performed. That's why they had to choose someone to step in as the president or the acting president during his absence.
Oh, okay. And now that you mention about firing and decreeing of people, the the anxiety is back now that President Kiir is back into the country.
Yeah.
So by Monday, anything can happen to those civil servants.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bad time for them.
Aliwapatia some nini
10 days
break.
vacation.
No, kuna hiyo, and then after coming back,
Oh,
Friday
we gave them,
imepita.
So we gave them like two
So we
to
are
3
waiting
days.
for Monday. Monday tusiposikia any news, then you wait until Friday.
It's a bad life to live like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there was a funny story that was going on regarding the return of the president. People were saying that he came back and he checked his cars. And he found out that one of his V6 was missing.
Ni ile yenye pan Bol Mel walipeana kwa Browin ama.
Hey, and he asked for it. Where's one of the V6? And people were like, say, and then on the other side, this guy, Browina, I think he posted, or people were creating stories that he said the car or the remote for the car, the car key or the remote was missing. Around almost at the same time, we were like, it's a way of informing us that the car has just been returned. But every time people will meet him, he will say, I lost the car key. I lost the remote.
The car
This
is
country.
inaccessible. Yeah, I saw that thing of the meeting between Bol Mel and these other leaders. Yeah, so like I told you, right? Some aspects of the peace agreement have to be implemented. For instance, here there was one of the, let's say, someone from IGAD who had come to South Sudan for a visit in line with the peace agreement. So since he came when the president was away, he would not go back to his country before discussing why he was there. No.
But was he not informed that the president is not in the country?
He knew, but that is something maybe they had scheduled. Yeah. So
Even
regardless of whether Kiir is in or not, there's someone standing in for him.
I feel like even these IGAD people, they just want to spend money too. Because every time they come for some kind of visit, they are compensated for it, either in the agreement or in another way.
Sitting allowance.
Yes. So he knew that he was not coming to meet any of the main parties, but because there are always people there, he just came anyway. These countries, I mean, not just a country.
Well, like things like in politics, they say war and peace are by design. There are people who benefit from both sides of the coin. So if there's too much peace, then they are making a loss. If there's too much war, they are on profit.
Yeah, some people.
Yes.
And then in peace, other people are making money.
Yes. So like either way, these things, there's no day country itakuwa extremely peaceful. At these first world countries, there's always something missing. That's because that's by design. There's someone who wants to use that opportunity to make a living.
Yeah.
And they call shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's it for Jimosi podcast. We are so happy that the president is back to the country.
Smiling?
Yes, and is sitting at his J1. Yeah. I wanted us to actually look at where the word J1 came from. I know it's letter
Juba
J.
1.
Why Juba 1?
Well,
where did they copy
like
it?
The center, the most central part of Juba.
A little bit of research is needed.
Yeah, but I know it's Juba 1.
Okay.
It's not just J. J is like only John Garang.
The first John.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do research on that, and if you know,
please drop it in the comment section.
Yes. Road to
1K subscribers.
Okay, I thought it was around 600. 600 imekaribia.
We are going to 1K.
Okay.